Explain to me the laws related to all the 5 core skills for football. Should we start with pass and control? So what laws might be infringed during that scenario, and what action would you take?
So there could be a scenario where a player passes out of perimeters of play, so that would be a throw in to the opposing team, or if it goes behind the goal line, that would be a goal kick. Or the player could control it with his hands, in which case, if it was outside the box, it would be an indirect free kick, or if it was in the box, it would be a penalty.
Good.
And depending on the circumstances, a card.
Yeah. What sort of circumstances?
Well, if it was if the player prevented the ball from going in the goal, then it would be a red card. If it's just a blatant handball but not like obstructing a clear goal for an opportunity, it'd probably just be yellow.
Good. Any more for pass and control, or should we move on? Move on to dribbling then. Any laws that might be infringed in the dribbling situation, and what action you would take?
Oh, well, a player could dribble out of play, which would be a throw-in to the opposing team, or a goal kick, depending on the circumstances, where bouncing the pitch is. I think that's all for dribbling.
Yeah, anything else? What about if I'm an attacker and I'm dribbling the ball and I'm dribbling it up towards your goal, and then my defender's quite good, he jockeys me, and then I go over the goal line at the end that I'm attacking. What would your decision be then?
That would be a goal kick.
That'd be a goal kick. What would happen if I was a right back and my goalkeeper has just passed the ball out to me out wide in the right back position, and I have to turn and I'm moving the ball back towards my own goal line, not towards my own goal but towards my own goal line, because the opposition attacker is right down the back of my neck, wanting that ball? What would your decision be then if I ended up dribbling the ball over the goal line?
That would be a corner kick.
That would be a corner kick, okay. How about heading? And with heading we need to talk about the attacking heading situation and also the defensive heading situation. So any laws that could be infringed in that situation and the action you would take?
With heading it out of play, for
Okay.
instance.
Yeah.
Well, if a defender headed it out of play, it'd be a throw-in. If he headed it over, if there was a corner, defender headed it back over to his own goal line, pass it, then it would be a corner to the other team.
Yeah.
If there's a corner to the attacking team, head it over the bar, that'd be a goal kick.
Yeah, good. More often than not, in a heading situation, particularly the defensive heading situation, there's more often than not another opponent in that heading situation. So does that sort of make you think any differently, or make you look out for different things when you would officiate that particular situation?
There could potentially be a clash of heads when challenging for a ball, in which case I would stop the play, call the physios on if they need the physio, then I would restart with a drop ball.
Yeah, okay. So that's probably at the really serious end of that situation there. What else often happens at that situation?
There's minor pushing and shoving when challenging for the ball.
Yeah.
So say if the attacker pushed the defender, it'd be a free kick to the defending team.
Yeah. And vice versa?
Vice versa, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good. Shooting then. So any laws that might be infringed with shooting, and again what action you would take?
Oh well, if the team is attacking, have a shot, put it wide, then that would be a goal kick. There's always scenarios where a player has a shot, hits a hand of an opponent, or hits hand, then that would, depend on if it's inside or outside the box, be a free kick or a penalty.
Yeah. What about the scenario where I take a shot towards the goal? It doesn't hit anybody else, it's a nice clean shot, nice clear path all the way through to the goal. It hits the crossbar and then goes out of play without touching anybody else before the crossbar. What's your decision there?
That would be a goal kick.
And that would be a goal kick. And what happens if I take another shot in the same game, but this time I'm sort of trying to curl it around a few defenders and trying to curl it around the post, just to sneak inside, and my shot flicks the bum of a defender in front of me. It then hits the post, and then it goes out, crosses the goal line after first hitting the defender's bum. What's your decision?
So it goes in.
The ball doesn't go in; it crosses the goal. It crosses the goal line.
Corner.
Yeah, corner kick. Okay, good. Good. And now finally, the laws that could be infringed in the tackling or intercepting situation, and any action you would take.
Okay, so if there's a one-on-one situation where defender's going through, attack's going through on goal, one-on-one with the defender and the keeper, takes on the defender, fairly central to the goal. The defender takes him down, that would be free kick, depending on if it's into or outside the box, and red card to the defender for denying goal scoring opportunity. If there's just 50-50 in centre of the pitch, when the player goes in a bit high, 2-footed, that would be a red card, straight red for him.
Yeah, good. Can you explain to me your thought process as an official as to whether to give an indirect free kick for a foul or a direct free kick for a foul?
Direct free kicks, they tend to be more, well, they are for things such as fouls, spitting, pushing, just general fouls all over the pitch. Indirect would be for handball, mouthing off to the referee, or for, say, if the defender passes back to the keeper, he picks it up, you would award an indirect free kick in that situation.
Good. Okay, good, well done. We'll move on to the next question then. I'd like you to explain to me what safety checks you would go through before the start of a game.
Before the game, I'll just do a quick, well, quite comprehensive actually, look at the pitch, just see if there's any alien objects. Then I'll check the nets, see if there's any holes, check they're all pegged in properly. Then I'll go to each set of players, check for bands, jewellery, piercings, check the studs, see if there's any missing, if they're sharp, if they're suitable for conditions. That'd be fine.
Yeah. What with all those things? That was good. With all those things, what action would you take? So you mentioned about the goal, the net in the goal potentially having holes in. What would your action be if you did find a hole in the net? If
I was finding an actual hole in the net, I would ask them to get replaced. If there's just like an area where the pegs on, it's not pegged in properly, it's just a small gap at the bottom of the goal, I'll just get the home team to peg it in properly.
Yeah. And what about sort of individual players? So when you're doing your safety checks on the individual players, making sure that they're safe to play with and against each other, what key things are you looking for if you were to look at individual players?
You're looking for bands, any like of those help hero bands or anything.
Yeah.
Jewellery, necklaces, ear piercings, not allowed any piercings.
Yeah.
You check the boots if there's any sharp studs. If so, you'd ask them to replace them. Get some normal ones. Any snoods, they're not allowed anymore. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, good. Happy with that question? Yeah. Okay, we'll move on. I'd like you to now explain to me how you would manage the scoring of a game of football, and how this would be recorded.
I've got a notepad in my pocket. Got each team, all their substitutes, and every time they score a goal, I keep a tally chart of how many they've scored, first and second half, then add over the end to get the total.
Lovely, thank you. And the last question then, I'd like you to explain to me what personal preparation you would take to ensure that you personally are ready to officiate a game.
Well, not for a game, I check what fixture I have, what time, how I see how I'd get there. I keep a list of all the stuff I need in my bag, so whistles, two whistles, 2 watches, pencils, etc. Put them all in my bag, tick them off. When I get to the game, I do my warm-up, speak to both teams, tell them what I expect from them. Put my kit on, well, before I got my kit put my boots on, and that'll be it.
What are your expectations in your chat to both managers or maybe the captains? What are your expectations that you say to them?
I'll tell them before the game, you know, respect's a two-way thing. You've got to give it to me for me to give it to you. I'll tell them that if they've got a problem with my decisions, as long as they come up to me in break and play, speak to me respectfully, I'll tell them why I gave it. I would say to them, my decision is final, you know. If you're going to argue with me, there's no point because I'm not going to change my mind. I like to say to them, just have a good game, enjoy yourself. That's the main thing, really.
Good. That's lovely. Thank you, Tom.
Boys! Alright boys, I'm just going to outline the rules too quickly. So we've got 7 aside, I think, here, haven't we? And we're going to have to imagine the crossbars, okay? So I'll be the judge as to whether it's one in or not, and if it is, I'll tell you. If it's not, we'll goal kick corner, whatever it is. We've got our normal fouls and all that, normal rules. We'll have offsides for one team, okay? And we'll switch over after half time, so that'll be about 5-6 minutes or so. So yeah, it's just normal things. Respect me, I'll respect you, you know, it's a two-way thing. Fouls, I'll give them what I see. I've got cards, so if I need to, I'll use them. And if you've got a problem on my decisions, when there's like breaking play, throwing, etc., yeah, throws out your head by the just come on to me. I'll explain to you. Sam, ankle pads, inside your socks, excuse me. Yeah, sorry.
It's gonna take me.
So, quicker please, mate. So, where was I? Yeah, if you've got a problem with one of my decisions, come up to me. I'll explain why I gave it, and that'll be it. So, yeah. Keep up.
Get in that box!
Who started from me?